Okay, let's get start demo first. So this is another session of this clean architecture, where I'll implement Blazor server app with clean architecture. Okay, so let's get start demo first. So first I will add. So let me add one blogs. So these blogs have something like that, and author like for example KKP, and put some images. Once I create, so it should be create. Okay, see, it's create. So one blogs has added in this list, so list also is there. Okay, then add one more, like for example C sharp, and let me add some descriptions, and author is Karthik, and then add some fake image. Okay, so for the demos perspective I can add some fake image, but yeah, in real world example you can add whatever. Okay, so see, now again I add another list, so this list also is binding with this clean architecture. Okay, now I want to do edit. Okay, so let me edit. So let me add Angular 9. Just add and just update. Okay, once you update, so it should be update. Okay, so see, once you update, so it is updating. Okay, and suppose what I need to do next, I need to do view in this particular block. So once I click view, so you are able to see that view, right? So this is whatever views details actually of this blocks. Okay, if I go back, if I want to, then if I want to delete, so once I click the deletes, it show me the pop-up message. Once you know, uh, it will not happening anything. Okay, so once I again, if you click the delete, yes, so it should be delete. Okay, so these all of stuff like card operation with clean architecture with Blazor, I'll implement this session and will learn. Okay, if you first time visit in my YouTube channel, so I especially recommend you have to watch first my Blazor session. Okay, so you can visit my .NET Real World Example YouTube channel, and you can go to this Blazor hybrid app. Is also I just created reusable component, so those reusable component I will use in here. So I also given the create deep details over there, so you can check out that video also. If you go to playlist, so you will get that Blazor web assembly session as well. So here also I just create everything step by step, so you can understand and learn like Blazor application, how is Blazor application working for the card operations. Okay, so also I'll just taking this repository, okay, clean architecture with Sequoia's pattern repository, which is I already create for clean architecture. And here I just I implement many things, like I integrate with API, I integrate with Razor web apps. Okay, so now I will implement in Blazor application. Okay, so let's get start for implementation. Okay, let me open whatever we have done so far in our clean architecture series. So this is already we have done, like we have creating our clean architecture, everything. So let me recap one more time. So I have clean architecture like application layer, domain layer, and also infrastructure layer. Okay, and these two things for the, it is a API layer, and this is a user interface actually. So this one is a user interface, and this one is a web browser pages. Okay, so now we'll introduce one more web applications, which is called is Blazor. Okay, so first what you need to do, I need to just create a Blazor application, a Blazor project. Okay, so go to add a new project and search for your Blazor server app. So I have already have here default template, but yeah, you can choose over here. Okay, so let me choose that Blazor server app and choose the next, and put your name, solution name, whatever is solution name you want, just put over here, and then it is Blazor. Okay, call it Blazor, then next. Okay, now whatever default stuff, I just choose whatever the default things. Okay, but you can choose everything whatever you want. Okay, so you can change your framework, you can change authentication, whatever you want. Okay, so let me create with uh, same options. Okay, now see, it is trying to restore. Okay, now your Blazor app is trying to restore all the dependency packages. Okay, so this is your Blazor app. So let me set its startup project, this one, because we have to implement this one. So once it's done, okay, so let me check first, okay, how's look like of this application. It's default Blazor template. How does look like? So let me run and let's see. Okay, now see, it's a default template with the hello world, and also is a counter tab, and also the fetch detail page. Okay, so let me close, we'll remove everything. Okay, we'll implement our card operation with using clean architecture in the Blazor application. Okay, so what need to do first? First I need to add actually our dependencies. Okay, so not dependency, but yeah, whatever our clean architecture, application layer and infrastructure layer, this two layer project layer we have to add in our Blazor application. Okay, so how we can do that? It's very simple. Go to dependencies, add project reference, and choose your application layer. Okay, and also infrastructure layer. Okay, so this is your first step. Okay, so let me show you. You have to add your project dependencies of that application layer and infrastructure layer in your Blazor application. Okay, this is first step. Okay, now what is the second step? You have to add, actually, if you previously you are watching my clean architecture series, so right? Okay, so whatever what I have done, so I just create this configuration service file. In here actually I resolve the dependency actually. Okay, so that resolve the dependency actually we have to register in our client app. Okay, so those things we have to register. So go to the programs.cs file in this Blazor server application, and here you have to register both dependency. Okay, that dependency is registered extension method. Okay, so I have one extension method of here, Blaze CQRS patterns clean architecture CQRS pattern application here. Okay, add application service, and one more is a infrastructure layer. Okay, so these two method, extension method, I have to configure in where in our client application. Okay, so let me add those first. Okay, so go to your program.cs file. Okay, here just builder dot services dot, and then call it to that name. Okay, so what is the name? Go to first this one. So this is first the add application server service, so call it to this. Okay, and it's definitely required that namespace. So let me bring the namespace. If it is not there, then no issue, you can directly use that. Okay, using then clean architecture. Okay, clean architecture dot application. Okay, so this is the namespace. Okay, then the next one is builder dot services dot infrastructure layer. So add infrastructure layer. Okay, and here I need to pass some I configuration. Okay, so where I did get, I will get in inside the builder. Okay, so builder dot configuration dot builder configuration. I think that is sufficient. Okay, here there's a configuration manager. Yeah, but yeah, one more thing, I think configuration. Okay, I think that is sufficient. Yeah, so that is done. Okay, so inside here I need to pass that configuration, so I just pass it to configuration. That's it. Okay, so this is another step. Okay, which need to done, which need to take in care as well. Okay, so that is done. Now what need to do? I need to create some insert update delete component. Okay, so I have a reusable component, so that I will use over here. But yeah, if you want to learn that how we can add the reusable component in Blazor application, so you can visit in uh, my YouTube channel. Okay, so let me open, let me show you actually. So minimize everything. See, there's a I have a reusable component, like it's have a add component, it's have a card component, it's have a block card operation component, it is have a block details component, it's have confirmation component, it's have a create component. Okay, so those component I will use over there. Okay, so let me copy this. Okay, and go to our applications and paste it over here. Okay, so I'm not creating from the scratch because I already created, so that's why I'm not going to do again. It will take unnecessary time. But yeah, if you want, you can go and visit and see how we can do that. Okay, so very simple. So what I need to do first I just go one by one. Okay, so first it is a uh, add block component. Okay, so go to inside this add block component. See, nothing, it's have only just a button. Okay, also show you in our demonstration project. Okay, so see, this is that component, this one. So this is that component. So let me show you. Yeah, this is that add block component. Okay, and then the next component is the card component. Okay, so if you open that card component, it is just we are creating some style. Okay, here just whatever our data on the blocks data, we fetch that data and we just retrieve all the data in here. Okay, and also we just specify some events callback function. Okay, so it is very simple. So that one also, this is that one. Okay, this is that card component. So whatever multiple cards will appearing, so that should be taken care that card components. Okay, so now one more components over here, block details components. Okay, so what is that? If you click that view details, so this is that block components. Okay, so so once I so once I click the view, so it will call this block details component, and it will render all the datas. Okay, so go back to where here and see, nothing, it just just data of edit blocks. Okay, I am not using the naming convention, and also it's not a proper name. Okay, but yeah, this is the data we'll getting from this main component, and this component, this will be binded, okay, with the image. Okay, so these are block components, and one more components over here is a confirmation component. So if you go back here, once you click delete, so this is here another component actually, the confirmation. So that is this. Okay, this is simple, asking a confirmation, and it is allowed to yes no button as well, and you can do whatever things based on this yes no button. Okay, and one last components over here actually, create component. Okay, this will strictly okay, so this will, once you click add, so this is another form, right, where you can add, and as well as once you click edit, so you can edit as well, right? So this is this those one component using two way, like one you fresh, if you click the fresh one, so that also will work. If you use the edit one, that also use that one. Okay, so like that, this is that component create, actually it is a add update component, it should be name. Okay, so but yeah, what we are doing, just create this component. Okay, and we create a event handler. Okay, and this event handler actually will just pass to data to in our parent component, and that parent component will be do perform whatever we want, like if you want to add, if you want to edit. Okay, and just this is as simple as a form. Okay, whatever data will pass, so it will just render. Okay, this is simple. And just remove unnecessary component, like so that it should not be any confusion. Okay, so remove that fetch data, remove the counter data. Okay, now only we have our components and defaults, whatever that host file and index file is there, right? So now see, okay, one last component, the major component actually. See, this is this one, this one, not this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one, and this one. This is actually reusable component. This five component is a reusable component, right? So this one and this three. Okay, this one for add button, this one for card, and this one for block details, this one confirmation, and this one add and edit form, right? And what is that actually? So this is our main component, okay, where those component we will use. Okay, so see, this is a main component where I will use, like in our add component we have use our card component, we have use our add edit components, we have a block detail component, we have uh, our confirmation component. Okay, and here's the all the performance, like all the data we'll calling the child to parent relationship, actually parent to child relationship we have to handle over here. Like we have to use the create block, we have to use save method, we have to use that block back to list. Okay, so everything we have to use over here. So this is the main component that we can use anywhere. Okay, so for example, as of now I have index components, just be using a survey prompts, right? This is also a reusable component. So what I need to do, I just remove that one. Okay, and I need to call that guy. Okay, which one? This one. So let me run first. Okay, and I'll show you in a live example. Okay, so how we can add this component and that will appearing in our main component. Okay, so let me run. Okay, now see, it is nothing, right? So let me do partially split this screen and see what is happening once I call that. So what is our main component? Our main component is blog, this one, right? Blog card component. So call this one and just save. Once you save, it should be appearing over here. But yeah, there's some issue. Okay, so what is that issue? Let me see. Okay, so some block connection is not complete, right? So those part also missing, so that we need to done. Okay, so how we can done? So let me show you. So see, actually I using, if you go to program.cs file, see, I use add infrastructure layer, right? So I am passing that configuration, right? So this configuration actually getting data from this our app configuration, app setting.json file. Okay, but as of now, uh, app.configuration setting file, I does not have that connection history, okay, which is required in our infrastructure layer. If you go to infrastructure layer configuration service file, see, here I'm just trying to handle, okay, whatever configuration is asking to this configuration, okay, means this keys, if it is not available, so definitely it will show me this error. Okay, so this is expected. So what I need to do, I need to add this configuration. Okay, so as in this demonstration, okay, in this demonstration I will use the SQLite, but yeah, you can use whatever you want. Like if you want to SQL, uh, if you go to here, see, I use in a SQLite, but you can use whatever you provider. Okay, so you can use SQL Server, you can use the MongoDB, okay, whatever you want. Okay, but yeah, so that is fine. Okay, so let me edit our configuration. Okay, so go to your Blazor application, go to app setting, and here just add your configuration. So this is simple, like connection string. Inside the connection you have to add your things, and this is your DB, right? So this is a SQLite configuration we can set like that. Okay, data source, what is our data source? This is our data. So whatever you name you want, you can just put over here. It's not mandatory, only just pass it to blazor.db. Okay, but this is important, this one keep it same, like Okay, so that is done. Now let me show you again. Okay, let me rebuild. Okay, now see, now it's complaining there is no such a tables of blocks. Okay, this is expected. Okay, because uh, we have added everything, but we haven't done any migration. Okay, so what, how we can do that migration? That is a last step of this, integration clean architecture with Blazor application. Okay, so what you need to do, you have to add one design, actually one packages. Okay, so right click on that, go to manage NuGet package. Okay, and go to here and then ef core entity framework, uh, entity framework dot core design. Okay, so that package is required for this, you know uh, that command. Okay, so we have to need fire two commands like add migration and update migration, update database. Okay, so those things we have to take in care using uh, this package. Okay, so design. Okay, so this one, so Microsoft entity framework core dot design. So this package you have to install so that you can perform your, add update migration. Okay, so let me install this one. Okay, so okay, so make sure whatever you are installing, so whatever in your previously it's have, so that make sure. Let's see, I have, framework.net 7.11. Okay, but now I'm just trying to install 7.13. So I can't install this package actually in my application because it is upper version. Okay, so what I need to do, just did is a lower version, whatever same version, take this one and install and apply and accept. Okay, this is done. Okay, this is done, see. And yeah, once you're pairing and automatically install, right? So what is the last step? Let's go to go to tools. Okay, go to tools, go to NuGet package manager. Okay, and here is a package manager console. You can go to over here directly, and also you can go to here. Actually, see, you can go to directly this option as well. Okay, but yeah, and this is the very important things you have to do. That if you miss this one, so definitely you can't migrate and you can't add your database. Okay, so see, you have to set your application, Blazor application over here, that is fine. But while migration, what you need to do, you can just change it to your default project is infrastructure layer, because our DB context is there, right? So you have to do this one. So once you set this one, let me zoom in so that it should be clear for you. So once you set your DB context project, so you have to add migration. Okay, add migration Blazor first app with clean architecture. Okay, done. Once you hit enter, it will try to create your migration. So see, it is done, there is a no issue. Okay, and also it is creating, see, some clean architecture, some Blazor, some snapshot, right? So once it's done, so what you need to do, on the last step is you have to just update migration. So update database. Okay, so this command you have to fire. See, let me zoom in for you. So first command is this and last command is this. Okay, so let me hit enter. It will update whatever schema generated. It should be update in our database. Okay, so now see, it is just creating your script and push it to your database, right? See, also the migration id generated, migration version is generated. Okay, so let me show you. See, now this db has been created. So if you're using SQLite, so it will create in your application root folder. But yeah, if you use SQLite, so it will connect to your SQL server, and it will push to your SQL server database. Okay, and whatever database you will use. Okay, so that is done. Now what you need to do, you just run your application. Okay, let's see, is there any other issue or not. Okay, so let me run this application now. Application is running. Once I add, so see, uh, it is there, right? Application is render, and now I want to add, like for example, Blazor application. Okay, Blazor, and description is a Blazor description, and author is Karthik, and image URL just paste is the normal image. Okay, now see, once I insert, so automatically just insert. Okay, and it's rendered uh, in our list card list page. Okay, so if I add to one more, like for example C sharp, like C sharp description, author is Karthik, and image is this. Okay, let me create. Okay, now see, it is appearing also. Once I click the view, so see, data is there, but yeah, that image style is not set. So that's why actually some is image has some big height and width, so that we need to fix that. Not an issue, but yeah, our component is rendered, data is there, everything is there. Okay, let me that I will fix, not an issue. And then I want to edit as well, so let me edit, like Blazor to server. Okay, and just create. See, Blazor server also updated. And if we want to delete, so once we click, see, another issue here, there's a two issue. One is that image, and then second one is our pop-up not appearing in this, in the top, or it's just, not in the top in this component, right? It is just below in this component, so that also need to fix. Functionality is working, like see, if you know, so it will not happening anything, but if you click yes, so it should be deleted. But some design things is pending. Okay, so let me open and then fix those design things. Okay, so how we can fix those things, you can go to www root, inside css, go to site.css file, and the end of the last you have to add few style. Okay, which I have already created. So let me add those style, so that our application look like is a whatever we shown is a demo, right? So let me copy and let me paste. Okay, see what I did, I just create a one farm card. Okay, this is for card list, this is for card, whatever card component, so look feel better, I just created that one for this. But yeah, for image one, this is that image that will handle for this your height or width. Okay, so let me save it and let me open. Okay, and let me refresh. Okay, and once I click view, so see, now it's on the center, and so is a whatever widths we have set, that is there. And then also just check the delete things. Okay, this is not appearing still. Let me control F5, might be sometimes. Okay, so that is not working. Let me close this one and save it. Okay, yeah, one more style is missing over here. Okay, that need to taken care. So this is that confirmation dialog box. Okay, so this confirmation dialogs style you also edit in your style. Now let me run. Okay, now it's there. Let me click on delete. Now see, it is appearing on the top. Then no, if you're trying to delete, yes. So now it's done. Okay, so this is all our insert, update, delete operation we have implement in Blazor. Okay, so one more things I have to show you. Okay, so how is this working actually? So let me show you with here in the debugging point as well. Okay, put the debugger point and that show you like, okay. So this is our main component. Okay, so here this main component block card component. Here see, this is our card component. Okay, and this card components, see, this is a load data, right? So see what I am trying to do, I just use mediator R. Okay, so this is important, like in the clean architecture, when you are trying to integrate your clean architecture within any UI, like any user interface, like Blazor application, or any, like, MVC application, or any Razor Pages application. Okay, so this mediator R will talk your clean architecture. It is not dependent, actually your clean architecture, it's not dependent in UI. That will coordinate with the with your mediator R. Okay, so that is important. So how we can do that? It's very simple. You have to inject that mediator R, uh, mediator R packages. Okay, so mediator R service, actually, so you have to inject this service and you have to import your package. Okay, and once you done, then you have to just call like that. Okay, await mediator R send, and whatever your query, like this is query, I have to send this query. So once I send the query, it will go to our application layer, and they will handle the query and get back the response. Okay, so let me show you actually as a debugging point so that you can understand very well. And go to this class, go to the definition. Okay, or go to the implementation, go to the implementation, or click that directly, actually F12. Okay, so once you go over here, see, it is a query class, and query class actually handle, there is a handler class as well. So if you go to application layer, go to the blocks, it is a query, and it's inside the query is a get blocks. Okay, so get blocks, see, this is a query and this is a handler. So inside this handler, if the put the debugger point. Okay, and uh, let me add first some data, some fake data. Okay, let me add, so that that should be calls. Now see, once your application render first time, so it will call that load products. Okay, it should be actually the loads blocks. By mistakenly I put the wrong name, but yeah, don't confuse it. Okay, so see, once it's load over here, once I continue, so it will go to your application handler. Okay, and here what it's trying to do, it's called that repository, and that repository layer inside in the infrastructure layer, and the infrastructure layer, it's called returning the data. So whatever data, see, it is returning one data whatever we added. Okay, and it is map and return back to in our UI here, and then it is loaded to our component. Okay, like this way. Same way, if I click this add and just create. Okay, so let me go back in our main component. So see, there's a load method which is called to query. Okay, query all the blocks, and this is another method. Actually this is getting this query by id. Okay, same behavior. Okay, just call this mediator dot send and pass it your query class. Okay, and same things, like for example the command. Okay, so how we can call the command in the Blazor application, that is another thing. So let's see, this is a delete method. So delete method, what they're trying to, again mediator dot send it to delete command. Okay, and inside the delete command, whatever id we have to pass, that will delete and again load the data and show in our application. Same things for save, like insert an update. So see, if it is update, so it will call to this update command, and if it is a fresh created new block, so it will call the create block command. So all the things actually handle over here. See, there's a application layer, it's a queries, and it is a command. So actually I just created for the query get blocks and get block by id. Also there's a create block, delete block, and update block. So this is a part of this clean architecture, but yeah, I just given the overview so that you can understand like how is working with this Blazor application and integration this clean architecture. Okay, so these all of now, that all is all stuff is done and everything is done. Okay, and yeah, that's all for this session. And keep tuning, and also we'll cover in next session, like I will use the Blazor hybrid app with this clean architecture. Okay, so till now, thank you, have a nice day, and don't forget to subscribe, like, and share.